I am excited to welcome you back to my channel. Starting your own business has never been easier. These days, you can go online and open a corporation as easy as 1, 2, 3. There are also tons of videos and learning materials online that can teach you how to open your business, do online marketing, advertisements, and even operations. With all the resources available today, I believe starting your business idea from home is one of the best decisions you can make in 2022. There are also many companies that allow their employees to work remotely permanently. This can save you a lot of commuting time and cost, so you can use all this time and money to invest in your business idea and grow it from home. When the pandemic started, a lot of people leveraged this time to start working on their dream and start their own businesses. You can certainly be the next, and by the end of this video, you will know what steps to take to establish your idea. More than 4.4 million new businesses were created in the US during 2020, the highest total on record. That's a 24% increase from 2019 and 51% higher than the 2010 to 2019 average. People started over 440,000 businesses in June 2021 alone. The 16-month period from March 2020 to June 2021 marks a record high for business startups. This shows the huge opportunity you have ahead of you to start your own business. There are over 30 million small businesses in the United States, and 47% of the workforce is in small businesses. Small businesses contribute to local economies by bringing growth and innovation to the community. They provide opportunities for entrepreneurs and create meaningful jobs with greater job satisfaction than positions with larger and traditional companies. A report by SBA shows that small businesses account for 44% of U.S. economic activities. This is a significant contribution. In this report, the small business GDP measured 5.9 trillion in 2014, the most recent year for which small business GDP data is available. The three largest small business sectors contributing to this were the real estate and rental and leasing industry, wholesale and retail and trade, and the manufacturing and mining sectors. Now that we know the significance of small businesses and how you can be the person contributing to the growth of the economy and reaching your dreams, let's now talk about what steps you need to take to start your own business. In this video, I will discuss the business and legal side of starting your business in 2022. The first step is to start with your most promising idea. An entrepreneur can come up with hundreds or thousands of ideas, but starting and running your own business off of your ideas costs time and money. In order to find the right business, you will need to do research and understand the market fit of your idea. Over 90% of startups fail because they have not found the market fit of their product or services. Thankfully, with the growth of internet, there is plenty of information online and you can use to help you make the right decision. One of my most favorite market research is to create a competitive analysis chart. This means I create a list of companies or products that directly or indirectly compete with my business or product. Keep in mind that every business has some sort of competitors. If you think your business idea is so unique that there is no competition, you're actually mistaken. So spend a few days researching companies that are close to your idea. For example, when I was starting ROYBI Robot, we did not have direct competitors, but we benchmarked ourselves with other products like social robots, as well as toys and even educational apps for children. That actually helped us to refine and better our business idea before we spent tons of money on it. Named by Time magazine as one of the best inventions in education application, ROYBI Robot is a smart learning system for kids. It teaches them languages, science, technology, and math. It comes with more than 1,000 lessons, games, songs, and stories. If you are looking for a learning companion that grows with your child, that teaches them skills beyond what they can learn at school, ROYBI Robot is what you need. Go to roybirobot.com and use coupon YT10 to get a 10% off your first order. The link is also in the description. Now, after you do the competitive analysis, it is time to make sure that what you want to work on has a large market opportunity. To do so, you can access research documents online and figure out how big the market is. The bigger the market, the bigger the demand, so that you can generate more revenue. Another good way to do market research is to actually talk about it with people. A lot of startup founders are scared to talk about their ideas in the beginning because they think people will steal their idea. In my experience, it is really not just about the idea, but it is also about the execution. Not many people have the resources to build their ideas. So instead of keeping it a secret, talk to family and friends and they get their feedback. I also find that talking to strangers about the idea works even better because oftentimes family and friends don't want to give constructive criticism. Go to meetups and startup events, talk to as many people as you can about your idea and get their feedback. Of course, it is up to you to decide what part of it is confidential so you do not talk about those with others. After doing your research and finding the best idea that works for you and has potential, the next step is to protect your idea. Many people think that they need to spend thousands of dollars to file patents, but you really don't need to do that in the beginning. If your business idea is like an e-commerce store or some sort of an online or digital marketing service, you don't really need to file a patent. You probably need to file a trademark application for your business name if it's unique. But if your idea is unique and you're worried about others using it, the simplest way is to file a provisional patent application. The provisional application can cost you between $350 to slightly over $1,000 depending on if you do it yourself or if you hire an attorney to file it for you. While utility or design patents can cost thousands of dollars and years to get, a provisional patent gives you protection for a year and it is way more cost effective. You can go to USPTO and file your trademark and provisional patent by yourself online. But if you don't want to do that, you can hire companies to work on these for you. LegalZoom is one of the companies you can hire to work on your provisional patent application. They charge a basic fee of $199 plus the application fee. Generally, you would pay more because they need to do patent research and probably drawings. These will cost you another $200 to $400, but you get help from professional attorneys. I'll leave the link in the description for you. For trademark, you can go to Trademark Engine, pay $69 plus the application fee, which is around $250 to file your trademark. Remember that it will cost you more later because you have to file for the statement of use when you start using your trademark in commerce. It is time to show the world who you are and what you want to do. To do that, the first thing you need to do is to buy a domain name and launch your website. There are many places you can get the domain name. The most popular one is GoDaddy. They also have a free website builder service that you can use to help you immediately put your website together. If your idea involves e-commerce and shopping online, you can go straight to Shopify, buy your domain through them, and immediately launch your e-commerce website. When I was launching our e-commerce website, it took me just one day to get everything up and running. You may take longer because you need to find pictures, write content, and even get your website search engine optimized. Now that you have your website, it is time to go out and talk about it with people. The first step for that is to create your social media pages. Go to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and probably TikTok to create your business page and start by inviting your friends. I highly recommend that you be consistent in posting on these channels. When people come to your social media pages, they want to see up-to-date and relevant content. If they see you have not posted for like 2 or 3 months, they may think either you are going out of business or you do not care about your online presence. A lot of these times, people use these social media platforms to ask for customer support. The next step in getting your business up and running is to actually incorporate your business. I did not talk about this step earlier because depending on your business, you really don't need to open a corporation from day one. When you open a corporation or LLC, you have to deal with a lot of paperwork and accounting aspects. Plus, depending on which state you operate from, you have to pay $400 to $800 annually to keep your company going. A lot of people don't open a legal entity immediately and run the company just as an individual person. This can save you costs, but it can also put a high liability on you because if something goes wrong, people can sue you and not the company. This means they can go after all your assets that are under your name. In my opinion, the best way to do this is if you start generating revenue over $10,000 annually, you must start opening your legal entity and bank account. Of course, if you start a startup and you have co-founders and going after fundraising, you definitely need to open your legal entity from day one and get legal documents in place. Investors will not invest in your company if it is not incorporated. But for small businesses and even e-commerce only services, this can be delayed until you start generating revenue. Once you have the legal stuff sorted out, it is time to start putting plans to either go and raise funding for your company or use your own money to start advertising and spreading the word about your product and services. If your goal is to raise funding, I recently made a video specifically about how you can raise millions of dollars for your company without spending a lot of money. I'll link the video in the description so you can learn more. When you are ready to pitch your idea to investors, the first step is to create a pitch deck. I remember when I was fundraising, I had to change the pitch deck at least 20 times because every time I was meeting with an investor, they would ask me questions that made me think about making our pitch better and better. Eventually, after many rounds of revisions and spending a lot of time meeting with investors, I was able to secure $4.2 million in funding for my company, ROYBI. Starting your own company is always so exciting, but also overwhelming. You will go through a lot of steps, changes, and ups and downs. But I also feel it is one of the most rewarding journeys that anyone can have if they have the courage to work on their ideas. If you're watching this video, it means that you already have the courage to take the next step towards building your dreams. So congratulations to you for taking this important step. I also want to mention that many people think that their first idea should work, and if it fails, they just get discouraged and would not continue anymore. Based on my experience, maybe 1 out of 20 ideas you have can work, but even that, you will have to make a lot of changes along the way to ensure that your company grows and survives. So much can happen year by year. You have to be ready to adapt and to be open-minded to change. Otherwise, your company will not succeed. Even if your first or second ideas don't work, don't get discouraged. Take the learnings as an opportunity to work on your next idea with more experience. I encourage you to pursue your dreams and you start your business from home this year. It is by far one of the most fulfilling adventures in your life, and it can help you to potentially become financially independent. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like, comment, and share this video to encourage others to start their own business idea. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.